yield 2 minutes to Mr. Roskam from Illinois, also a member of the Ways and Means Committee.
Gentleman from Illinois is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank the chairman and the ranking member. You know, it's not often that we get to see a major social movement bringing us both sides of the aisle together, but that's absolutely happening right now, and there's a buoyancy to that, and there's a joy in that. And the joy is not about us, but it's recognizing that we as members of Congress and the communities that we represent can do an amazing amount of good right now. And the amazing amount of good is reflected in what's happening all across the country. In my constituency, in the western suburbs of Chicago, there is an organization called the West Suburban Anti-Trafficking Coalition. These are people who have come together, focused in on this issue, trying to bring attention to what's actually happening. We've heard speaker after speaker regale against the trafficking itself, but there is a brightness to us coming together, and there's something very good that's happening in my home state, in Illinois. Cook County State's Attorney Anita Alvarez is a national leader in her office, along with a member of her staff, Jack Blakey, who's the Chief of Special Prosecutions, who've come together to come up with something that's known as the Chicago model. What is the Chicago model? What they're doing is they're coming in and they're saying that there has to be close coordination between victim services, law enforcement, and prosecutors, to the point where victim service advocates are accompanying along raids, coming alongside to make sure that these young people are rescued. And the approach also uses evidentiary and prosecutorial methods that help minimize the exposure of a victim's exposure in the courtroom itself, to minimize her contact with her trafficker. Did you hear that? There's something incredible that's happening in Chicago that's leading the way, and it's protecting people and minimizing the exposure that victims have to traffickers. In other words, building up a legal case that doesn't have the victim as the focal point in terms of testimony, but creating these types of evidentiary approaches. We can do something significant, and there is something significant that is happening today, in that we are all reflecting the mood and the desire on the part of our constituents to be forthright and aggressive in taking on this scandal.
Expired.